customs, the traditions, the faith has been a person matters for centuries, even it is birth, marriage or death. And even today, when I read legal jurisprudence, it tells that this very law is derived from different customs of this society. And can a law and a government truly replace the tradition without really wounding the religious rights of the people? I don't understand this. Honorable Chair, the very Article 14 and the right to equality which my opposition comes and quote again and again, let me tell you, you have failed to understand the real meaning of Article 14. It talks about equality, but it talks about equality in the sense of equity. I give you a very basic example. If I stand here, suppose this podium is very tall and there are two participants, me and a 6 or a 7 feet tall guy. Now you cannot say that is equality if you make us both stand on the same pavement over here. You have to give me a stool so that I can come on the level of that participant, and that is the kind of equality we talk about in Article 14, and that is the level we have to give to the minorities to come on the level of different religions, and that is what personal laws bring when they allow to practice that personal laws under Article 14 of Indian Constitution. Now, our India's freedom was not something for political independence. Let me tell you, it was for the freedom of right to religion, practice different religions, and it is very saddening to know that this Uniform Civil Code tries to threaten that very promise of that practicing different religions, and I tell you how. Article 29 and 30 gives cultural and educational rights, which allows the protection of interest of minorities, which also allows that those minorities can move forward when by opening the religious institutions, educational institutions, and like that is the example we have Jamia Millia Islamia, where 50% of the reservations is given to the communities, and that is something the constitutional validity our constitution gives to the minorities to come on the level of majority. And I give you a very similar example again. 8th schedule of Indian Constitution talks about official languages recognized by Government of India, and I remind you that is not one. There are 22 languages recognized as legal by Indian Constitution, which tells that this very diversity is supported by the Constitution. And when Uniform Civil Code says that we will bring uniformity, I tell you that it tries to infringe that very religious right with that very fundamental right of our constitution, that constitution which is a grand norm of the land, which says that any law which comes has to conform with this law, and any law that directly infringes the constitution has to be declared invalid. And I tell you, my side opposition, that UCC tries to infringe the fundamental right under constitution. Now, what is the purpose of UCC? My opposition is trying to say, they have failed to tell me, because when I see the laws of this country, 70% of laws are already uniform. Who has told you to go and marry according to the Hindu Marriage Act? Who has told you to marry according to the Muslim Marriage Act? You go and marry under Special Marriage Act. Who has told you to take maintenance according to the Hindu law, according to the Muslim law? You take under section 125 of CRPC. Who have told you to take adoption according to the Hindu law, according to the Muslim law? You go and take under Juvenile Justice Act. All the laws are already uniform and are applied to all the communities. These personal laws are just to maintain the interest and the protection of the kind of diversity we have in this country. And why are you against this? Now when I see all the codified laws of this nation, they say subject to customs. That means when I see Gora and Khasi tribes, now my opposition has failed to understand the diversity of this country. Let me quickly explain. We have diversity within communities. For example, in Kerala we allow marrying within the maternal uncles. In Gora and Khasi tribes, there is a succession where the succession is not from father to son, it is from mother to daughter, and this is the kind of diversity, and this is because our law says subject to customs, because our law supports this. And when my side opposition again and again comes and talks about women and their rights, I tell you, you have failed to make me understand that how the diverse needs of women, like if Hindu women needed the rights of protection of like rights of property, the Hindu law reforms gave them rights of property. Now when Muslim women needed triple talaq, the Muslim law gave them the like criminalizing triple talaq, and diverse needs need diverse kind of laws, and UCC will fail to bring that diversity. Thank you.